Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of Create with Linda. Today's Saturday, guys, and it's about 2:25 in the afternoon. Coming on because I'm going to be making some roasted peppers for my Bible study and for my house. If I don't have enough, I'll just take the Bible study and I'll make more for my house because I only have 3 peppers here. I was going to go to the store and get more peppers, but I didn't need to go to the store today. I have everything I need for the weekend, so there's no need. So I'll probably go Monday because tomorrow I'm going to be away, and I won't be back till Monday afternoon. So we'll see when I'll go Monday maybe. Anyway, I want to show you how I do my roasted peppers, okay? So what I do is I cut them in half like this. Take out the middle, take out the seeds and stuff. Okay. Take out the insides. So I do all these the same way. Okay. These are fairly small. But that's okay. It'll be just enough probably. It'll be enough. But I usually like to make the big ones. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it big. And I'm going to make, enough. But it doesn't matter because I'm going to be probably canning this coming up week. So I want to can some roasted peppers anyway too. So it's okay. It's all in my time, guys. Everything I do is in my own time. I make the rules when anything happens in my kitchen, and in my life, so, in my own life, so. Just taking the insides out into my garbage bowl here. Just got a new one of these because the other one cracked. This is my second one. Love this garbage bowl. I'm telling you guys, it was under $20 on Amazon. If you don't have it, invest in it. It's amazing. Okay? Amazing. Pour everything into it. It's right here at your disposal. And I love it because you know what it is? The concept of it is really, really cool because it brings back something in my childhood. I had like great aunts, and Italian aunts and all that, and grandmothers and all that. And my one of my greatest aunts, her name was Philomena, and we used to call her Coco. We used to call her Coco Pashad. She loved it, that was easy just for us to call her instead of Philomena, Aunt Philomena. And she used to keep a coffee can, like in the original small regular sized coffee cans, on her counter with a little paper towel in it, or a little bag maybe it was a bag. It was paper towels and bag, and she used to throw her garbage in there. I think it was a bag because then she would take the bag. I don't know if it was a Ziploc bag. I think it was like a food store bag. So she didn't have to buy it, She bought it when she got it when she went to the store. Like we used to do, but not anymore. Anyway, that's a different story. She used to keep it on her counter because it was only her. She lived in the upstairs of my grandmother's house, and there was a kitchen there for her and everything, a room, a bathroom, and all that. But she used to keep it there, and she used to put her garbage in it, and every couple of days she would take it and empty it and throw it in the garbage. This reminds me of her because this is just a newer concept of this. It's like a garbage bowl, like Rachel Ray made up the garbage bowl, but my Coco made that up way before Rachel Ray made it up. Just so you know, Rachel. Anyway, yeah, so this reminds me of my Coco. I missed her. I was her favorite. She was my favorite. I loved her to death. All right, so what I'm going to do is put the oven on to 450, guys, because when you roast this, you want to roast it really, really high, okay? Okay, so there's 450. I'm trying to think I think that's what I roasted on. I'll put it on higher than that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to put it on this pan here. And then I'll show you what I do to the peppers. Now, I don't roast the peppers. I don't slice them before I roast them because, let me get the scissor. Because you don't want them to come out like that. Because what you have to do is you have to peel them. So what I do is I roast them, and then you stick a piece of tin foil over it for like 15, 20 minutes, and then you're able to just scrape all the skin off. The skin will come off all by itself, just by covering it. So that's what we do. So this'll, I'll roast these in here until the, until they're soft enough where I think that they're good. And then they'll be done. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them, guys, I always forget to do this. This keeps it, when you do this to your parchment paper, you wouldn't think it, but it helps it stay still and straightens it out. Weird, right guys? All right. All right, so let's see what I want to do. Let me get a bowl because I want to mix it up in a bowl. It's just easier to do that. So I'm going to put these in here. We're going to put some olive oil in here. Now I'm not going to put any fresh garlic on here because I want to put the garlic into the jar after I do it. I don't want to burn the garlic or cook the garlic. I want the garlic to be raw when I do that. So I'm just going to put some basic seasonings on this. Just a little bit of salt and pepper. Pepper. Okay, I think I'm going to put a little bit of Italian, I'm going to put some, no, I'm not going to put parsley. I'm going to put a little bit of Italian seasoning on there. Just a little bit. Can't hurt. And I do this sometimes I don't. And I'm going to do the garlic powder. I'm not putting onion powder on it, just garlic powder. It. Just so it has a little bit of flavor, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to lay them out on the pan, okay? Get all this out of there. All this good yumminess. All right. Now, what I do, guys, is I lay them like this. Okay, you put them on the opening side of the pepper. You lay them here. The oven is not heated up yet. Once it heats up, I'm going to put these in the oven. I'm going to set the timer for like 25 minutes, and like I said, I'm just going to keep checking them to make sure that that you want them to get really, 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 really roasted, like really kind of black. So I might put it on 500. I don't know. Let me see. You want them really, really, really roasted because that brings out the whole flavor in them. Okay, and then you just peel off all that skin and there's all the flavor, So I'm gonna wait until the oven heats up and then I'll put them in and I'll show you guys when I put them in. All right, guys, so I had to take the parchment paper off of the pan because I realized that, I remember reading once that parchment paper can't be in an oven higher than like I thought it was 425, And I looked at the box and it said like 428, so I have it on 450. So I said, you know what, let me take it out because I don't want no fires or anything like that. So I took the parchment paper out, but I just left the, I put the peppers right just onto the pan, which is not a big deal, it's fine. Be a little more messier, but that's the way it goes. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm gonna start the chop meat gravy for tomorrow because I'm going away in the late afternoon, and I'm gonna be gone all night, and I want them to have a nice meal for everybody. So I'm making chop meat gravy. I had the chop meat in there. I have all the cans of tomatoes, everything. I don't need to go to the store or anything, so it needs to be made. So here we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some olive oil. Where is my olive oil? In the bottom of the pan, just to coat it. Just a little bit because I'm gonna put the onions in, and then I'm gonna put the chopped meat in. I just want the onions to have a place to go. And I'm gonna do minced garlic. Okay, I'm doing minced garlic. I'm not doing chopped garlic today. I wanna do minced. Let this cook like a minute or two, and then I'll throw the garlic in, and then I have the tomato sauces already ready. What I have this time is when I make my Italian Sunday gravy, I use plum tomatoes and I blend them. But when I always keep 2 or 3 cans of crushed or tomato sauce in my arsenal because when I make chop meat gravy, I usually tend to use I'll use the crushed tomatoes. Or if I don't have the crushed tomatoes, I will use the plum tomatoes the same way. Doesn't matter, it's just what I have. And I have 2 cans left of the San Marzano that I had bought at 70 cents a can, so I said I'm going to use those 2. I have 1 can of the Tutti Russo crushed, I'm going to use that. And then I have one peeled plum that I'm just going to put in there and squish up and use that. I want to be able to get those tomato sauce used, and what I'll do is I'll go over to my list in a minute and write on my list that I'm going to need some crushed tomatoes because I like to always have a can or 2 of crushed tomatoes, not only the plum tomatoes, because the crushed tomatoes you can use for, like mozzarella sticks, and you can use for just different sauces like chili and stuff like that. So I like to always have that. That's it. All right, so let's put some minced garlic in here. I'm going to put a nice, about 2 tablespoons, maybe 3. Do this little mix. Nice, the smell. I think I need a little bit more. Can't have too much garlic. I'm going to let this cook just a minute, and then I'm going to pour the tomato. I'm going to not pour the tomatoes, and I'm going to put the chop meat in there. Then I'll do the chop meat first. Alright, so I have this that I had partially used. I used the other day. I'm going to put this in, then open up the other package that I have. So we get rid of what we have. So I have this big package. I'm not going to use it all. I'm going to use half of it. The other I'm going to use for either meatballs or a meatloaf. Depends. Definitely not using it all. This is almost 5. Wait. This is a little over 3 pounds. So I'll use about a little bit more than half because they like the meat, So just break it up a little bit. Yeah, I can make either I can make a couple of burgers with that, or I don't know, a couple of meatballs. I don't know. I planned on using this for meatballs. I really did. That's why I bought it. But, things change, and I figured a chop meat gravy is good for them to have because they can help themselves, and it's all done. All they got to do is boil pasta, which they're perfectly capable of doing. And, yeah, so this way I go with a clear head, knowing that my family's fed. I'm going to put this a little bit higher in flame. Let this start browning up. Yeah, and this is what I have left, guys. This is definitely good enough for at least 3 burgers or a little small meatloaf for me and my husband or whatever. Or, It'll be eaten. Believe me, it won't go bad. Let's check these out. Now these are getting nice and look, guys. These are getting nice and browned in there. Ooh, there's nothing like your own roasted peppers. I'm not kidding. Let me see. Let's see if you guys can see here. So I'm just gonna let this cook up. Break it up a little bit. As it cooks, it'll be easier to break up. I think I might make some, I think I'm going to make a lemon loaf cake to bring tomorrow. And I think I'm going to make, if I have the energy, to make little miniature chocolate chip muffins for the house. And maybe to bring with me. So, pepper. And then we'll do garlic powder and onion powder. And here's dried parsley. I also have fresh parsley that I'll put in. Now, I'm probably going to drain some of the juice out, the grease out of here. Depends on how much there is. It's 80-20, so there's going to be a nice amount of, grease. And I don't mind a little bit of the residual, like oils, like the fat from the meat. But if there's a lot, then it comes up to the top of the gravy and it sits there, and then I always have to scrape it out, which to me, well, sometimes I end up letting myself do that because I'm just lazy and I don't feel like draining it, but when I do that, it's frustrating. So I'm going to try my best to drain it. This way I don't have to worry about that afterwards. All right, that was garlic powder, onion powder, dried parsley. Here's Italian seasoning. I like to put Italian seasoning. It has basil, it has parsley, it has I think oregano, marjoram, thyme, basil, and rosemary and sage. I didn't realize it had all those things in it, but it smells good. But I also have some basil here, just by itself, and I like to put just a little bit of basil in. And I always find it when I'm not looking for it. And when I'm looking for the basil, I swear to God, I can't find it. But tomorrow, if I'm looking for something else, I will find the basil. The basil will be right there in my face because I don't need it. So let's see. Let's just pretend. Oh, here it is. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Now, yeah. So there you go, guys. I literally found the basil. Hallelujah. Give this a little chopper upper. If you hear hubby laughing, he's watching a movie with his headphones on. Guys, I finished my Not Without My Daughter book. Oh my God, so good. So good. If you've never read it, read it. Not Without My Daughter. Amazing, heartfelt, terrible, horrible, true story, but so enlightening, and so you'll see how God takes care of you. Because it was only God that could have took her where it took her. And she survived. Her and her daughter survived. And it's only God, because there's no way she could have survived if she survived without God. I'm sorry. God is, yeah. You gotta see it. I cried at the end of the book. I literally cried at the end of the book. It was so sad and so happy at the same time. So this is looking good. I want it to brown a little bit more. And there isn't that much grease in here, even considering it's 80-20, which is a very fatty meat, you know. I don't know. I'll see what happens. I might not have to drain it. But we're gonna let it cook a little bit longer, and then we'll be back. Let's check the peppers. Ooh, guys, see they're getting black. Look at them, they're getting black. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. I love when things happen like that. All right, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I don't even know what I'm making for dinner. What time is it? I really want to make a little treat for the house and for tomorrow, but I gotta see what my energy level is gonna be. I really don't even feel like cooking dinner with all the stuff I'm doing right now. What am I gonna do? Let me talk to my hubby. I'll be right back. Let's go interrupt his movie. All right, guys, it definitely needs to be drained, so I'm gonna drain it in the strainer. I'll show you. It's a lot of grease in there. And I could have used the paper towel thing, but I don't want to. Sometimes I don't like to. There's a thing where you can stick the paper towel in and move it around and drown up all the grease and stuff. But a lot of times I feel like that takes a lot of the seasoning out with it. So with something like this, I don't like to do it. I'll just stick it in the strainer. It's not a big deal. And strain it out. I was gonna call my husband, but I can handle it. All right, so see all that? Oh, you really can't see because the hello. Look at all that, guys. See, that's grease that I would be trying to siphon out later, and I don't have the patience for that. So I leave a little bit in. There's going to be a little bit of grease in there. It's normal because it's chopped meat, and like I said, it was 80-20, which has a lot of fat in it. But that's what makes the gravy, that's what makes the chopped meat good. That's what makes the sauce good. That grease that's in there. You need a little bit of that, otherwise you're going to have boring tasting food. And we don't want that, do we? We don't want that. All right, so just trying to fix my charger because I got to make sure that I don't break the charger port thingy again. I've done it 4 times already, just without knowing. All right, so I'm gonna lower this, put this on the lower flame, put the sauce in now. Like I said, I got these San Marzano. Now I'm really addicted to these. I don't know how much they are regularly because I've only bought them since they've been 77 cents. But I really like them. I really like the sauce, and I'm a Tudoruso girl all the way. And even my husband, who's very funny with like the tomatoes and stuff, I always use Tudoruso. Every time I wouldn't, he'd be like, "What's that? That's not Tudoruso." But I've used this before, and he likes it, which means that it's not a really tart tomato.
Yes, I am
sauce.
very funny.
But
I'm not.
yeah, so I really like it. It's a rich, nice tomato. Anyway, here's my favorite, my crushed tomatoes with the Tudoruso. And I'm gonna.
What's the heater so high? It's hot in here.
I don't know. I think earlier. I put it up earlier in the morning.
How dare you?
All right, guys. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use these cans. We're gonna put water into these cans. Okay. Get all the juice out of there. And I also have, the other cans I'm gonna put in. I'm not afraid to put water in it because what? Yeah, it's because of the oven's really high because I have the roasted. I'm roasting the peppers. Yeah. Watch Brody. Brody just got kicked because he's right under my skin. He's right under my feet. So see, get all that residual out, guys. I use one for that, and then I'm gonna put this in here, and then I'm gonna squish the tomatoes up in there. All right. I wonder if it's hot. My hands are clean. Yeah, I'm just gonna squeeze them like this. I should have did it when they were in the can, but sometimes then it gets all over the place. I'm just gonna squeeze it like that because I like some little pieces of tomato in my sauce. Hubby not so much, but you know what? We all have to compromise. And yes, my hands were clean. So just so you know, I'm sure I'm gonna get some. Linda, are you crazy sticking your hands in there? That's disgusting.
Ew.
Ew.
You have a hand blender.
Yeah, where is it though? I'd like to know where it
I
is.
said where it was.
Yeah. Alright, that should be good, guys. Okay. And, you know, it's all good. Alright, let me wash my hands. Ow. Alright. Just gotta see, I seasoned it already. You know, I seasoned the chop. Oh, I don't lady. I seasoned the chop meat. Bro, what are you doing? But I'm gonna season the sauce too. You gotta season it, okay? Salt. And this right here is gonna be enough for 2 or 3, like for 2 meals, 2 or 3 meals. Pepper. It's the type of thing that you can heat up 3 or 4 days later, and they'll eat it. You know what I mean? So it'll be good. When I hear his name. Basil. The Yankees are on? I hope the Yankees don't get murdered today. God, they got murdered last night, guys. Murdered! Alright, I'm gonna put some dried parsley in, and I'm also gonna put some fresh parsley. A little bit more Italian seasoning. I put more basil in it already. We did salt and pepper. Let's do onion powder. So this is garlic. Let's do garlic.
Come on, Judge, you bum. Hey, you got a hit.
Yeah. And we'll do onion. Looks like a lot of seasoning, guys, but there's 4 cans of tomato sauce here, so it has to be enough. And it's not going to be too much, I guarantee you. Nobody's ever said to me, Linda, you put too much onion powder, you put too much garlic powder, because I put it in for the ratio that I, believe is right. Have I ever made a mistake? Oh, yeah. Have I been able to fix it? Yeah. It's not nothing has been tragedy. There have been a couple of times when I made a mistake and I put in certain sauce or something, I put too much salt. It's happened, guys. I'm not perfect. The way I cook, it happens, but you learn as you go, and I learn from my mistakes. I learn, I search, and I just try different things. And until I come to the point where I say, oh, last time I put a little too much garlic, last time I put a bit too much cheese, last time I put, last time I didn't put enough garlic, last time I didn't put enough of Italian seasoning, or it needs this, it needs that. That's what I do. That's it. All right, so now I do use grated cheese in my sauces, and I always use it. It gives it a sense of depth. Yeah. Come on, Yanks. They better get with it today because they got murdered again. I told you last night. It was terrible. So there's probably about a 1/4 of a cup of grated cheese, and then I'll put some more in later. This is the way I grew up. My mom used to use it like it was salt or pepper, and that's how I use it. So, and it's delicious. All right, so we're gonna let this come to like a little bit of a rapid boil for a couple of minutes. Then I'm gonna put it on the back burner and let it cook slow. We're not having this for dinner tonight. We're gonna have this, like I said, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow and Monday or Tuesday, whatever. So there we go. And now I don't know if I have the energy. I looked up a recipe actually for a butter pound cake. So I might do that, a lemon butter pound cake. I might do that. Now let me get my bearings and get together here and see. Oh, I gotta get the peppers. I think the peppers are done, guys. I really do. They're really, really dark. I don't wanna burn them, but I wanna roast them. All right, let's see, here we go. Where's the thing? Okay, let's bring these a little bit closer. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that, guys. See? I hope that, oh, they're gonna, if they stick, I'm gonna be really upset. That's why I had the parchment paper on there. I should have put, I should have sprayed, damn it, I should have sprayed. No, I think it'll be all right. I had to take the parchment paper off of this because you can't, parchment paper you can't put in over a 425 oven. I had it on 450. And I didn't want the parchment paper to start on fire. So, I don't even know if he's listening to me. Alright, so, I'm wondering, I think I'm going to leave these in another couple of minutes, another 5 minutes. Alexa, set the timer for 5 minutes. And then we'll take them out, we'll cover them, and then get moving on, we'll peel them, you know, and get them ready. Alright, so this is a very simple recipe. In a bowl, whisk together flour, baking powder. In another bowl, cream together butter and sugar until fluffy. Add eggs one at a time, gradually mix in the ingredients. Oh, so this isn't a difficult recipe at all. This is ice, lemon, butter, no, pound cake loaf. I wonder if this butter loaf is the same. I like the butter ones, but it looks really good, and it's pretty simple. Flour, sugar, butter, eggs, juice and zest from 2 lemons, baking powder, and tablespoon. Yeah. Very simple. So, let me just get cleaned up here with this situation, and then we could probably get that pound cake in before we figure out what we're going to do for dinner and all of that. Be back in a second. Alright guys, so here it is. I took them out, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put tin foil over them and just wrap them in tin foil like this.
Why are you being so needy?
Brody, what?
You're very needy.
He's always needy.
What are you?
And then just keep them like this. Woo! A little hot. Like this. And let them sit for like 15-20 minutes, or maybe a half hour. And then once you take them, once you take the tin foil off, you'll start peeling the. I'll be able to peel the skin off and then slice them up, and they'll be cooled enough, you know. And yeah, and that's it. That's roasted peppers, guys. And then I'll put them in the jar with a little bit of oil and garlic. That's what I'm gonna do. So let me finish cleaning up here, and then I'm gonna get going on that pound cake. All right, people. So I'm gonna make the lemon pound cake, and what I'm doing, I'm putting a twist in it. I'm gonna put some chocolate chips in it. Yes, anything. Chocolate chip makes everything better. So I'm gonna do that. The chopped meat gravy is simmering. I'm gonna let it simmer on there for a little while. These are almost ready to be peeled. I'm not gonna peel them yet until after I peel them, and then I'm ready to slice them. So those can wait. I want to get the pound cake in the oven, because if I feel like it, I still have energy after. I'm going to make chocolate chip muffins, mini muffins after that. But let's just see how I feel, because you know how that goes. Anyway, you had to soften some butter. Oh, darn it, Linda. Come on, I don't understand that. I softened it, but yet some of it softened too much, and then the other part of it is still hard. How could that be? I'm just gonna put it on for another. No, I don't think I'm done because I think it's softened enough. All right, I don't want to lose all the butter. All right, so there's the butter. Okay, so it says, let's see, guys. It says preheat oven to 350, bake 350. In a bowl, whisk together flour and baking powder set aside. All right, well, I'm going to have to mix it, because guess what? I don't have a whisk, which is so incredible, because I swear to God, I have a silver whisk that I don't know where it is, and I also had like 3 other whisks, and they broke. They all broke at the same time. Which I don't get. I don't know where my other whisk is. Let me go look in the back drawer just to see. I might have put it in there. Maybe I put it into the garage sale pile. I can't imagine I did that, but I might have. Let me go in the back and look. Like I said, I have to buy a whisk. Be right back, guys. All right, people. The one I'm looking for is just like this, but it's long. It's big. I found this in my back drawer. Don't ask me. I never even remember seeing this one. I don't know. Anyway, I'll use this one. Let me see how many. All right, so what do I need? I need 1.5 cups flour, and then 1 cup sugar. Let me get my cup measuring out. I really just don't understand it sometimes. I don't know. I don't understand how things just disappear. I mean, I'm not the only one in this kitchen, so who works in the kitchen. All right, here's a cup. All right. So what I said, I need 1/2 cup too. I'm crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. All right, 1.5 cups flour. I think I have more flour in the back in my cabinet. I think I bought it the other day, last week, because I was like, I know I was running low on flour. And there are weeks that I don't bake, and then the weeks that I bake, a couple of times. So, I don't like to be without flour or sugar or anything like that. All right, so we got 1.5. Wondering what in the world would I do for you? I'm crazy. Okay. In a bowl, whisk together flour and baking powder set aside. How much baking powder? Oh, I gotta get my thing. Baking powder is 1 teaspoon. Crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Sorry, guys. What did I say? 1 teaspoon. Wondering, why do I now worry? Why do I let myself worry? 1 teaspoon. Wondering what in the world would I do? Let's put this aside. All right, so in a bowl, let's do a crab mixer. In another bowl, cream, butter, and sugar until fluffy. All right, here's butter. It's 1/2 cup of butter, which is what this is. Then I have 3 eggs, but the eggs don't go in yet. The eggs go in after the sugar. How much sugar do I need, guys? How much sugar? Sugar. 1 cup of sugar. 1 cup. Maybe I should plug it in. Plug it in, Linda, plug it in. That's usually what you need to do something that requires electric. All right. All right, it says to cream this. And then to put one egg in at a time. All right, so here's one. One. Mixing well. Two. Three. And then one more. So that's three. So then it says gradually add in the dry mixture. I just want to get the sides off first. And what I got to do is I got to do the lemon zest and the lemon juice. Yeah. So we're going to put this on low. We're going to gradually put this in. Oh, I didn't put vanilla in, did I? No. Where's the vanilla? They didn't even say to put the vanilla in, so I'm just going to put the vanilla in now. It says vanilla, but there's no. Maybe the vanilla goes in the icing. I don't know. All right, we're gonna do this. Let me get the 2 lemons, guys, that I need. I don't want to overmix this. Why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world should I do? Let's do the lemon now. All right, so when I bring my lemons home, I wash them so I don't have to worry about it when I go to zest them. Because then what happens is if you wash them right before you go to zest them, then it's difficult to zest them because they're damp. Even though you dry them, they still are damp. The stickers. The annoying stickers. The sticker didn't come off when I washed it, obviously. I mean, I don't scrub them. I rinse them, so, you know. All right, let's get the zester. It's over here. And then I got to go back in the back room and get the lemon thing. The lemon squeezer. What's going on with this? How do you get this got to the mama thing out of here? Am I that slow? I guess I am. The zest of 2 lemons. That's a lot of lemon. I'm gonna be here a few minutes. That's what you gotta do. I wonder if you could buy lemon zest. Somebody asked me that. Can you buy it? All right, let me give this gravy, this chopped meat gravy a mix, and then I'm gonna push it on the back burner. And guys, like I told you, I already drained the grease out of here, right? But the residual grease that's in the chopped meat, still in the chopped meat, is, in the gravy. And I don't think it's that bad. If it later on, I can always get some more of it out on top if I have to. But I really think it's fine with what's in there. What's in there is completely reasonable and will be delicious. So, woo! Always making a mess, Linda. You're always making a mess. I'm crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. The oil in the lime zest is awesome. All right, so what it says, in other words, pour in the batter, and fold in the lemon juice and zest. That's it. I gotta do a whole nother one, and then I gotta juice the 2 of these lemons. But you always gotta take the peel off first, because once you cut them, it's very difficult to get the peel off. Believe me, I tried. Now, you don't want to get the white, guys. You just want to get the yellow, because the white is very bitter. If you put the white in. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of white in there, because it just naturally, I think, comes off. But, yeah, try not to get a large amount of the white. All right. That should be good on that one. Let's get this in there. Put all that into, that's 1 lemon, zest of 1 lemon. And what happens is all the oils start coming out when you start zesting. So the lemon gets very slippery, and that makes it even harder to zest. And that wasn't too smart, because that's going to make it like damp. And this is a good zester I got. My son got me this one from IKEA. I have one in there that's pretty good, but this one is like really good. I keep doing that. I keep getting it onto the... So I'm excited about tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna get up earlier tomorrow, and I usually go to the 11:30 mass. No, the 11. Is it 11? I think it's 11. But tomorrow I think I'm gonna go to the 9 or 9. I think it's 9. I'm gonna go to that one because I want to be home, because I'm leaving at 3 tomorrow. I mean, I probably could go to the 11 because I'm probably gonna have everything done, but I still have to pack a little bag, and I don't know. I just don't want to rush around. I just, the thing with going to the 9 o'clock mass is that I have to be up by 8. And sometimes when I get up at 8, I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'll see how I feel in the morning. I always say, even when I get up at 11, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to watch it at home. And then I get up and I get out of bed and I go sit on the couch and I'm like, you know what? I'm going. I love to go. I just remember, and then what I do is I just reflect and I sit there and I think about how much I love being there. Like, it's just so different. I love watching the sermons at home sometimes, you know, but I just love being there. I love the atmosphere. I love the people. And I just love the camaraderie of it. And it's just a really beautiful experience for me and a beautiful place to be. And so, you know, I know that I benefit from it. So I force myself to go. Not that I should force myself. Not that I force myself, guys. I don't want you to think that, like, I don't want to go. I do. It's just a mundane of life, you know. The life, that's what life does to you. You're like, you don't want to move. You want to just sit home and veg. But you got to put, you know, if you're putting God first in your routine, which I try to do every single day. I'm not perfect at it. You have to kind of sacrifice. And it's not a sacrifice. You know, it shouldn't be a sacrifice. That's the whole thing. It shouldn't be a sacrifice. It should be something that's just on the top of your list, not on the bottom of your list. That's what God wants, how God wants you to be with Him. You know, He sent His Son to die on the cross for all of us, so we could at least, if we believe in Him and trust Him, we could at least have faith in Him, and you know, and do that for Him. So that's just me. Anyway, let's get going on this. All right, so I just got to get the lemon squeezes. All the zest is in here now. All right, that's the zest of 2 lemons. Let's go get the lemon squeezer. There will be heads will roll. I'm talking to my friends. All right, guys, we gotta lower this. I'm gonna put this on the back burner. I'm gonna shut this chutney gravy off. Put it on the back burner. And let it just simmer back there. All right, let's cut this lemon up. Out, off. I almost just cut myself. Really, Linda? Get it together. The other day I was doing this and I was holding it the wrong side up, and the juice was flying all out, and I'm wondering, why is it doing that? Well, you know it's doing that because you don't have it right now. All right, let's get all this off of here. Alright, and then we're going to fold the lemon and the lemon juice, the lemon zest and the lemon juice in here. I just want to make sure I get all this off, because I don't want to waste any of it, because it's all right here. Look what I do to myself. You know, let me tell you something, guys. Cooper. Oh my God, I'm so hot. I gotta change my shirt. The oven's on and I'm hot. How am I gonna get all this off of here? I don't want to waste any of this. I'll splatter it all over the kitchen. All right, guys, that's just gonna have to be what it is. So Cooper, let me go look at him. Really? When I'm not in my chair, Cooper takes it over. All right, I'm doing it again. All right, it's the zest and the juice of 2 lemons. Oh my God, there's a pit. I see a pit squeezed out. Get over here, Pitty. Get out of my thing. All right, that's 1 1/2.
care who you hurt, Wade.
Am I doing this right?
You're sitting on my lungs, Brody.
And Brody's sitting on top of Bill's lungs right now.
You're on my lungs.
Brody likes to sit on top of us, especially
He doesn't care.
Grumpy. He calls Grumpy is his name. We refer to him as Grumpy. He wants, when we have grandchildren, he wants to be named Grumpy. He doesn't want to be called Poppy like I want him to be called, or Grandpa. He wants to be called Grumpy. So I said he's going to be a Grumpy Grampy. That's what he's going to be called. I grew up with nannies and poppies. He wants to be Grumpy. Like, seriously, please. All right. Let's fold this in, guys. It says to fold it in. So then, I don't know how it's going to react, and I was going to put sour cream in here, and I can't believe it. I ran out of sour cream. I never run out of sour cream. Once in a blue moon, and I ran out of sour cream. I like to put sour cream in my mixes. It just always makes everything moist. Moist, so then, you know, it's just very helpful in baking. So, but it is what it is. It's supposed to be a very moist and yummy, buttery
Are you comfy?
cake. So I'm gonna put chocolate chips in it. I hope it doesn't dry it up. I don't think it will. I think it's gonna make it even more delicious than it is. All right, that's it. My arm hurts, guys. All right, how much chocolate chips? It doesn't say because it's not supposed to go in it. I cracked myself up. Oh, I gotta do a loaf pan. I gotta get my loaf pan out. I cracked myself up. I don't know, probably about a half a cup to 3/4. Okay. All right, people. Let's get the cup. Let's get the loaf pan out. We're gonna do it in a loaf. All right, there we go. There we go. That looks better. All right, let me pause a minute, wash my hands so I can get the loaf pan out because I'm gonna put parchment paper in it. And my hands are all greasy. I'll be back in a sec. All right. People, I crinkled this up because that's what you gotta do. Okay. I know people say, Linda, parchment paper, you don't have to spray it. I have issues, and I like to spray it, even though it's parchment papers in here. I just don't want it to stick, and you never know, so I don't know. Just me. It's just me. Where's my baking? My baking. Here we go, guys. Baker spray. I forget who told me. Thank you so much. Who told me? It's not you. It's me. I'm very, very forgetful. All right. But thank you again. Give yourself another shout out. Shout out. I shouted you out once or twice. Give yourself another shout out. All right. Help me. All right, let's get this in here. This thing is not going to cut it. I got to get a bigger one. What in the world can I do? Stay.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't cry.
Gonna slice over a little bit, right?
All right, just give me 1 second.
What is it?
I made like a butter pound cake, and I put chocolate chips in it. Lemon butter pound cake. You're gonna like it.
That's just weird.
Oh really? When you want some of it, I don't want to hear you.
I
I'm
didn't say I want
gonna say
any.
no.
I didn't say I want
You're
any.
gonna have some though.
You're not gonna tell me what to do.
What? I know, I'm sorry, honey. I would have did them.
Yeah, when? When are you gonna do them?
When I'm done here.
When are you gonna do them?
Look what I made over there. Did you see what I
I
made?
know, you made the gravy. I heard you.
Guys, he tries to act like a, like a tyrant, but he's not. He could be annoying, like in certain
Oh, I'm annoying.
ways in the kitchen. Like he has certain,
In the
like
kitchen?
he has certain like
I'm OCD. I can't help it.
OCDs in the kitchen that we fight about. But yeah.
And I
Other than
win.
that, he's
But
an
I
ama-
win.
No, I win. He's an
I win.
amazing husband, father, and everything. He really is.
Jury's still out on that.
I am the judge and the jury, so.
The prosecutor too.
All right, the prosecutor too, yep. All right, preheat oven to 350. Pour the batter into the pan and bake 55 minutes until toothpick comes out clean. All right, guys, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. 55 minutes. Alexa set the timer for 55 minutes.
That's
I'm
the
a-
second time you've done this.
I'm a disaster. All right,
We know.
Zip it, you. I can call myself that. You can't.
Yes, I can.
All right, Alexa, set the timer for 55 minutes. Alexa doesn't listen very often. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to go lick the spoon because there's nobody else here to do it. And that's okay because you know what? It's my kitchen. Love yous. I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys. So here it is. I'm going to show you how I peel the skin right off of these. Can you see with the light off? Better. So you just take it, and the skin usually just comes right off. Is it going to be a liar out of me now? I mean, I covered it, so it should come right off. There we go. I mean, the skin's coming off, but it's not fully coming off. I'm just going to eat this one because it has
Here's a cream.
burnt on it.
Right.
The reason why you cover it is because it steams and the skin comes right off. I mean, I've done these so many times and the skin always comes right off. Let's go to the next one because that one's frustrating me.
Frustrating.
Maybe I did it on the wrong side. Here we go, see? Well, that's really, really, really being stubborn.
Must be Italian.
Here we go, see? Here we go, guys. Look, 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 look. Come on, people, come on. Don't make a liar out of me. It's just like peeling an egg. Like the eggs
It's hit or miss.
can be crazy, you know, temperamental. But I'm honestly going to say I've never had trouble getting the skin off of a pepper. Maybe I didn't, I mean, I definitely covered it right after it came out. And this is just being difficult, that's all. That's all right. That's all right, that's okay. We're gonna use and eat them anyway. I just want to get most of the skin off. I don't want people to be biting into skin. Just want to keep them intact as much as possible. I love this burnt side, guys. I love to eat this. Just trying to get the middle out, you know. But I'm losing a lot of pepper, which is, you know, I only had 3 peppers here. I gotta, what?
You don't have to leave any at home.
I gotta make sure that I utilize all. Yeah, I have some at home already, so these I'll just take for the overnight, but I can make more for ourselves. There's just nothing like the homemade. There really isn't. Just like with the pickles. And you want to know the funniest thing? My daughter told me last night. She came home with food. She had a girls' night with her friends. And she came home and she said she had chilies. And I said, my husband's like, oh, you had chilies? She's like, yeah. She goes, Mom, I have to tell you. You know that I love chili salsa. Like, she loves it. Always raving about it. And she said, Mom, I can't even tell you now, but I don't even like it anymore. It doesn't taste like anything anymore. It tastes like out of the jar. It tastes like Totitos when it used to be like her favorite salsa in the world.
No, the oven's the oven's still
Yeah, I'm done with the oven. Oh no, I have cake in there. Remember, I have a lemon cake in there, a pound cake. Hello. She said, I don't want any salsa but yours. She goes, I'm not even kidding. And it's so true. Like, once you have that fresh stuff, you just don't want anything else. And that's like what it is with the roasted peppers. I do buy them, like the ones I have in there now are regular store-bought jar roasted peppers. But what I did was they didn't have any flavoring in them, so I took them to another level. I put a little vegetable oil. I use a little vegetable oil, not olive oil, because if you put olive oil in the refrigerator, if you notice, it like coagulates, if that's the word, it like gets really thick. You don't want it. It's gross. So I use a little vegetable oil. I put in fresh garlic, sometimes some parsley, and just let it sit. And it's delicious. And it's cheaper than buying it in the store, because the store charges you more for the one that has the oil and the garlic in it. So you could do it yourself. So, yeah. Yeah, so the skin is coming off, but it's coming off it's being very difficult. I'm just trying to get as much pepper off as I can. It ain't working very good. I'm not having a lot of luck here. I'm going to have to add my other peppers to it because I don't want to not have enough. This was really disappointing. This really didn't work out like I wanted to. But it is what it is. Okay, let's try to get the most out of this one. Yeah, here's the skin here, see? Let's try it, guys. Let's try it. Come on. Please cooperate. There you go. That's a nice piece right there. This is the only one that really cooperated. Get all that skin off there. See, guys? Look, that's a nice one. Nice. Let's see, hopefully we can do this one too. Let's see where the skin's on this side. Let's see if we can get this off without ripping half the freaking pepper. Oh, we got that. This one's being difficult. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go now. So guess what? I said to hubby, what are we gonna eat for dinner? And he said, how about Chinese food? I said, how about it? So I'm excited. We're gonna have Chinese food tonight. Got all the skin off here, guys, and got a pretty nice pepper here. And this one's good too, see? And let's see. That's it. All the rest of it, fish skin. It's crunchy part, which is so good. Yeah. So it's not that 3 peppers only gave me that amount. That's not good. All right, let me wash my hands. I'll be back in a sec. My knuckle. All right, people. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice these up. I'm just gonna scissor them and I'm gonna make them into long, like, strips. And I'm gonna put them in the jar with the other ones. And tomorrow, when I'm on my way back from church, I might stop and get a small jar of roasted peppers to add to this because I want it to be enough. I don't want everybody to say, oh, I can only have a little. That's not right. I don't want to look like that. And there's a word like that that's called scumbadi in Italian, which means cheap, or, you don't want to look cheap. Not that I look cheap, but, these 3 peppers made nothing. Like, I could eat this myself. And there's 5 of us, or 4 of us. So, here we go. So, like I said, I have a jar here. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in a mason jar. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them in a mason jar. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So here it is. Tomorrow, when I stop, and in the morning after Mass, I'm going to stop at Stop and Shop and get like 4 more peppers and make. I'll be home early enough, so I'm going to make more to put in here because I don't want to go with these. I'm not taking this. This is ridiculous. There's nothing in here. There's enough for 2 people, if that. I want to put a little bit more garlic in here, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, guys, I'll be back in a few minutes.